Grr, arg. It's Jason. Welcome to another Marvel vs. system. This is for Marvel Zombies, based off the hit comic book, and not really at all, I shouldn't say not at all off the new Disney Plus animated series episodes, or upcoming movie or whatever. So this is Volume 5, issue number 13. So it comes one of the later ones. It's not part of a grouping at all. It's kind of like a special set. Usually they go like a crossover. And the crossover for this particular volume happened to be for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so they wanted to add a special extra set for this. Kind of cool. So this is Marvel Zombies. Let's see what it says here on the side. It all begins here. In Dead Days, an alien virus has affected all humans. It spreads across Earth and makes Earth's mightiest heroes and vicious villains undead. Now, ghouls control everything and turn them into flesh-eating monsters. Zombies! This exciting issue of Versus System 2-player card game is the one you have never seen before with freshly undead. Are you ready for Marvel Zombie Universe? Now, they started walking again and feel hungry. Yeah, so we're going to get a full set of cards there. So one thing we want to hop into and look at before we even start, is Zombie Masters are a special thing. This issue includes a new kind of main character to the game, Zombie Masters. Put your Zombie Masters in your deck just like regular cards instead of putting them in your level up zone. They are one of a kind, but you can include any number of different Marvel and Zombie Masters in your deck. You recruit Zombie Master the same way you recruit a supporting character, by paying a recruit cost equal to its cost. However, Zombie Masters are hungry, so as an additional cost to recruit, you must KO a level 2 main character from your side. Nom 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 nom. If you don't have a level 2 main character, or it can't be KO'd for some reason, then you can't recruit a Zombie Master. On the other hand, if you have more than one level 2 main character, you can feed each of them a different Zombie Master. Since Zombie Masters are all level 3, you won't be able to KO one of them to recruit another one. Once you have a Zombie Master on your side, it works just like a normal main character. It must be okay for you to lose the game. If it KOs but you have another main character, keep playing, remove it from the game. So yeah, it's a really neat effect. There are some characters like you have multiple level 2 guys, possibly. My brain, the top of my head, the only one I can think of off is possibly Moon Girl Double Dinosaur, because you get both of them out. But I'm sure there's others as well. I know like the Spider-Verse guys, you can get multiple guys, but I think they might be level 1s. But yeah, so it's a neat way. You play as some other character, and then you get one of these guys. Now, there's several different ones in the game. You might not want to include all like 5 or 6 Zombie Masters in your deck, because chances you're probably only going to play one of them if you only have one Mastermind. You might want to have multiple so you have options, but you might not want to include all of them. The other big thing this set does is the Hunger Virus. When a character with the keyword power wounds another character in melee combat, that character gains the Hunger Virus if they didn't already have it, and the Zombie Team if they didn't already have it. This lasts for the rest of the game, although it goes away if, like usual, if the character leaves play. So if they somehow bounce to their hand and just put it back down. This can cause a main character to gain the Hunger Virus. You may want to use a slip of paper or some other marker to keep track of the Hunger Virus. So you get pass that around. And I wish they actually specified on there what that did on the rule books, but they don't. But we'll see what that does when we get to it. Let's start with our main character. So if you're familiar, there's going to be spoilers for this comic book if you haven't seen it. This is an old comic book. It's like 10 plus years old. But there will be spoilers for it, so just a heads up. We have Magneto. He has the stars by him, so he plays a little bit different than the other Magnetos, because he's an alternate universe version. Kill or be killed. If this is a melee combat, when it resolves, if no characters in the combat got stunned, stun each enemy character in the combat. The only mutant alive. When a character on your side gets KO'd in melee combat, Magneto gains XP equal to its cost. I love the fact that when he levels up, he gets different artwork. It's kind of cool. Still keeps the killer to be killed, but we have to organize, rebuild, plan. Build, gain a recruit point, put a 1/1 counter on a character on your side, and draw a card. So interesting. Very cool. Different effect, different way to play Magneto. The other main character we get right off the bat is Black Panther. And you can see he's been chewed up a bit. So in the comic books, he was being kept alive by Giant Man, Henry Pym. He was slowly cutting off pieces of his body to eat living flesh. So he always had something to eat, and he could shrink down to Ant-Man size. So it could last him a while. He's carrying the Wasp's head because the Wasp found out eventually in the negative fight. Then he eventually escapes. Human science experience. Black Panther can't attack or strike while he is in combat. You can't play plot twists. Yeah, so he's kind of just there. Again, he starts off basically weak and into people. Strange bedfellows. At the end of your turn, if Wasp zombie is on your side, Black Panther gains 1 XP. Because she's who ultimately kind of rescued him. Then we have level 2, so later on he finds some other humans, the Acolytes, actually Magneto's team, gains some cybernetic enhancements, and he has Survivor combat. Black Panther can't be wounded this combat. And the King of New Wakanda. Put a 1/1 counter on Black Panther for each character he's protecting. Then you may put that many 1/1 counters on Zombie Wasp. So it's an interesting thing. So it's like, it's definitely a different way to play it. Now if we look at the Zombie Masters, these are the main characters that are level 3. And they're going to cost different amounts too. So you have Zombie Colonel America, he's not Captain America. You also notice his head got chopped off at one point, which is kind of interesting. So Zombie Master, starts your deck. To play it, you must take a level 2 monster. Brains of the Operation. The first zombie supporting character you play each your turn is free. Oh, that's pretty crazy. So once he gets out, you can summon a lot of zombies. We have Zombie Giant Man. I'm just going to skip to their abilities. Zombie Giant Man is massive. He attacks rows instead of characters and strikes with his full attack against each defender in the row. He can attack an enemy in the front or back row. That is a pretty crazy ass ability. Zombie Hulk. Zombie Hulk hungriest. Zombie Hulk has leap. He has flying on your turn. When Zombie Hulk attacks, put a 1/1 counter on him for each zombie character on your side. Zombie Iron Man. Smart Zombie. When Zombie Iron Man appears, draw a card for each zombie character on your side. Zombie Luke Cage. Impervious Zombie Strength. In melee combat, Zombie Luke Cage can't be struck and enemy effects prevent him from striking. Can't prevent him from striking. And finally, we have Zombie Wolverine. The best zombie at what he does. Zombie Wolverine is lethal. If he wounds a defending supporting character, KO it. When Zombie Wolverine KOs an enemy character, ready him. So the only main character out of this group that would have also been like the main characters in the group was Spider-Man. And I'm wondering 100% if there's something with Marvel where they're not, for some reason they're not making zombie versions of Spider-Man. We saw in the Marvel Zombies animated series, if you watch that Spider-Man never got turned into a zombie. In the new Zombicide Marvel Zombies board game, where almost every character got a zombie version, the 2 main characters that didn't get zombie versions were Spider-Man and Black Panther. And this set, we also don't have a zombie Black Panther. But just according to the storyline, he never was a zombie. So that at least makes sense for that reason. But I think the other reason is because right about the time that game was coming out, Chadwick Boseman, who played the Black Panther in the movies, had died. So they didn't maybe want to make a zombie version of a character people would have referenced to that. But yeah, they didn't make a zombie Spider-Man for that either. And I just noticed, yeah, we have Wolverine, Luke Cage, Iron Man, Hulk, Giant Man, Colonel America, all the main ones. Spider-Man was the last one of the group that focused the story, who were like the main characters of it. So it's kind of interesting they didn't put him in there. Alright, let's look at some supporting characters. There will be 4 copies of each of these unless otherwise stated. We have Zombie Stiltman, which is just crazy. Alright, so he has the hunger virus. So the hunger virus, we already explained how it does. Wounds a character, they gain the hungry virus. The hunger virus and zombie trait if it doesn't already have them. The other thing it does is at the end of your turn, if Zombie Stiltman didn't wound a character in melee combat this turn, wound him. So yeah, the zombies basically, if they don't eat, they're going to keep taking damage. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't specify that for the other characters. Because you're going to gain the zombie virus thing, it's going to keep pulling, but I think that's the bottom part, is if they have to keep, if they don't wound someone in melee combat, they gain a wound. And it's linked to the hunger virus, even though it doesn't state it. Undead, not unbalanced. Zombie Stiltman can't be struck by characters unless it has flying or ranged. We have a Zombie Angel. Hunger virus, same thing. It's mostly gonna have the same effects. So they're not gonna have a lot of extra stuff. But yeah, end of your turn, Zombie Angel didn't wound a character in melee combat, wound them. So that's the whole weak part of the zombies. Is if they don't hit somebody every turn and keep spreading this virus, it's gonna wound them. But the upside is when you hit one of your opponents with one of these, they get that effect too. And then now, if they don't wound someone every turn, they're going to slowly take out your opponent's characters too. So even playing like one or two zombies in your deck could be very helpful. Zombie Hawkeye, same thing, not going to get too much in each one of them. You have Zombie Venom, who didn't really play a super giant role in the thing. But as Shuffling Dodge, Zombie Venom can't be ranged attack. Zombie Daredevil. Savior of Hell's Kitchen's food. No more attacks can be made this turn. Zombie Red Skull. Some of these guys appeared in like an issue or two or one scene. Dust of Undeath. Stun a character that is melee attacking red zombie. Zombie Juggernaut. Unstoppable Undead. When Zombie Juggernaut stuns a front row enemy character and survives while attacking solo this combat, he may immediately attack a character in the back row. So he gets to run right through him. Zombie Thor. Thor was one of the other big main ones that they didn't really have any. He didn't get a main character for some reason. The zombiest lightning blast in history. Put 6 -1 counters on enemy main character. Then the last zombie we have, which does not have that zombie trait or the ability, is Zombie Wasp. The planet is deserted. At the end of your turn, draw a card. So this has to do with the Black Panther later on when he gets his stuff. They find a body for the Wasp, and they also kind of learn more or less that like if the zombies don't eat for a long period of time, they basically regain all their senses. And the other characters eventually learn that too. So like Spider-Man's the one that figures that out for the most part. But yeah, if they don't eat and they don't keep consuming, they can ignore that. They kind of start to slowly regain all their senses, and they can kind of basically become normal again. But that would still have that edging of a hunger behind them. Just kind of interesting. It's a really good story. There's like 8 different other books after it. This is making me focus on the first series. Alright, so our first plot twist is no brains, no problem. Combat, choose a zombie character on your side of the combat. Get 4/4 of this combat. You can't take any more actions this combat. This is after they ate Galactus and they got some of his cosmic power. Then the other one we have 4 copies of a Giving to the Hunger. Main, writing an exhausted zombie character on your side and put 2 1/1 counters on it. You may move it to your front row. So this one's eating the Black Panther. And then last we have 1 copies. We have the Power Amplifier. One of a kind, you'll have one of this card in your deck. It's an equipment. We have a lot of equipments. It's kind of interesting we got one in this deck. We got to fire at the same time. Once per turn during your main phase, but not during combat, a zombie character in this row can pay any 1 power symbol. When it does, it and the number of other zombie characters row striking enemy character attack equal to their total attack. So that's interesting. You can pay 1 symbol to have all your zombies attack at the same time. Not really. I don't really remember this power amplifier too much, unless this happens to be when they attacked Galactus' ship and ate some of his stuff. But I didn't think they did that. I thought they just ate him. Has a subtype of machine in here, which means it is not equipped to a character. Instead, it is put into one of your rows. Can't be arranged during your formation step. If there are no face-up characters in its row, machine can be attacked by an enemy character who would normally attack it. It does KO that machine. Machines don't protect characters. Never counts as being protected. Okay, so that's interesting too. So like, you put it in your front row, all your zombies in the front row did good. If you put it in your back row, only the ones in the back row did good. But your opponents can then attack it and get rid of it. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, some very interesting abilities. Yeah, very, very neat. Black Panther and Magneto are kind of cool, like alternate versions of them. As well as like now we have, zombie effect that does stuff that can hit guys. So I could see maybe if you wanted to kind of be like, if you had your room, maybe throw 1 or 2 of the zombies in there. Yeah, they just hit your opponent. That starts infecting their guys. The problem is once it affects one of their guys, if it doesn't kill them shortly afterwards, or if they don't melee attack right away, then it can turn and keep attacking your guys. So it could end up coming back at you to bite you in the ass, as to say. But it's a neat little different mechanic, different effect. You want to try something kind of fun, a little bit goofy-ish, maybe, but, different. There's a reminder of the deck list in case we're just curious of everybody. Interesting idea, very cool. That's what we have. That is Marvel Zombies. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Come back, check out the other Versus sets if you haven't seen all the rest of them. See you guys later. Bye.